Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. So today, all I want to do is share with you that I'm going to share with you a story, a young lady that I helped when she was completely in a traumatic experience. And it was quite easy, actually. And what I really want to say before that is a lot of you have no idea the new technology that's exploded over the last 30 plus years in human behavior psychology. And you won't learn it in colleges because it's advanced psychology that you have to go to specialty training to. And this is what I've been training in literally for about 30 plus years, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll let you listen to the next story. It's kind of cute, sweet, and it helped the young lady very, very much. All right, see you in the next clip. And remember to subscribe, click like, make a comment, and if you want, I would appreciate it. Go ahead and make a donation. There is a donation link below in the description box. All right. All right, so this one was kind of an intense, more serious one. So here's what happened. I was at the Oakland Coliseum. I went with this guy named Joe who used to live in the same city I lived in. He took me to a country concert where the Dixie Chicks were there and whatever Lambert, I can't remember her first name, and all these just the top country musicians were there. You know, it was a packed house, Oakland Coliseum, right? And it was in between bands, so they were changing the set, meaning getting the drums and all that stuff, and putting the next band's drums up there, and the equipment and guitars and all that stuff. And so everybody was up at the concession stands, going to the bathroom, and it was freaking packed because you walked all the way around on like 2 levels or something like that. I think it was 2 levels. And all of a sudden, I see this girl coming, and I'm looking at her, and she's just panicking, and she freezes. And I walk up to her as fast as I could because it was the crowd was packed. It was hard to walk, and no one cared. People just looked at her, like, "Oh, that's what's wrong with her." And so I went up to her. I go, "Miss, are you having a panic?" She's, yes, and she had it really, really, really bad. So I go, "It's okay. I'm a hypnotherapist. I know how to help you with this." So I put my arm around her shoulder and I slowly guided us over towards the wall. Now I was trying to get to some kind of space because people were constantly bumping into us. Now this was a young lady. She was probably, I'm going to guess 18, 19, 20 years old. She was a young lady. And so I finally found this door, these 2 doors, and it said something like emergency medical people or technicians or something. And I banged on the door, and finally some goes, "What?" I was like, "Hey, this girl's having a major meltdown. She's having a panic attack right now." I go, I need some space so I can help her." Like, no, we got her. I'm like, no, I've got her. I'm trained in this. And the guy goes, "What?" I go, and I just threw it out there like, "I'm a certified NLP trainer, certified master hypnotherapist. This is what I'm trained in. I can help her." And like, oh, okay. So it was like 3 or 4 people in there, and they sat her up on this like gurney like thing with a padded cushion where you lay down on, like a massage table almost, but more of a medical one. And basically, one thing you do is you gain rapport with them. So she was rocking back and forth, and her eyes were dilated, not dilated, but very tiny. And so I had to like go into the same state. I had to rock with her, and I was gaining rapport with her unconscious mind. I'm rocking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I started taking some deep breaths like this with her. And then the trainers, the people were looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I held my hand up just like one to hold on. And we're doing it, but I'm starting to breathe, which caused her to breathe while we were doing this. And she started slowing. And then what happened was, now when you go into a panic, what's happening is you are not breathing deep. Your stomach tightens, your solar plexus tightens up. So what I had to do is get her body breathing to get oxygen, because what happens is when you don't have enough oxygen in your bloodstream, it doesn't feed your brain, so you can go into even worse panic. So what that will cause your body to do is take whatever blood and oxygen it has and left and put it into your brain, but it's not enough. So it even causes an even greater hyper focus on the situation that's causing you to panic. So here I was, leaning forward, leaning backward, rocking forth and back and forth, breathing, and I noticed her lungs started to breathe in, and then what happened was I started to slow down, and I said, you're going to begin to notice that the world's going to start slowing down now. So when I gained rapport with her, her body started to slow down with my body, and I started taking deeper and deeper breaths. I go, you may begin to notice. And what I did with my eyes was I began to open up and see the bigger picture, because I knew that since we were in deep rapport, her unconscious nervous system was going to cause the same thing. And I go, you're going to begin to notice that the world's going to become more open, and you're going to begin to see the bigger picture. And you might even begin to notice that you're already breathing much deeper now, and you're much more relaxed. And she just calmed all the way down. And the people in the room started cheering. They're like, yay! And the guy goes, that was incredible. Like, how did you do that? I go, well, right now, why don't we just stay calm? Let's keep the young lady calm. She's going to be okay. So long story short, it really is a good feeling to be able to just help someone who's having a full-blown panic attack, because those people in the room, they wouldn't have been able to do anything. What they probably would have done is called an ambulance, which would have freaked her out more. They would have had to pull her out, in a gurney through the crowd, etc., and then taken her to a hospital, and they would have shot her up with some kind of drug, and then they might have said, oh, well, you need to be on Prozac for the rest of your life because you're fucking, they would have made some fucking thing up like schizophrenic or who knows. But that's generally how people get on psychiatric drugs. It's because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So what do they have? They've got an ambulance, they've got a gurney, they strap you down, they fill you with drugs. I mean, that's what they know. So one thing you need to know about a panic attack is it is a phobia, okay? So that's why that was so easy to fix, okay? Now, there was a couple other things I did, but I give you the gist of it. So now, I was in Home Depot one day, and I was talking to this cashier, and she mentioned something about a phobia to, I think it was mice or spiders. It's like, oh, that's easy to get rid of. That's not a problem. She goes, no, I've been in therapy for a long time. It's like, it's not easy. I'm like, no. And so I walked her through this phobia technique to get rid of phobias, and boom, it was gone. And she's just like, how did you do that? I'm like, don't worry about it. Have a nice day. So it's really a fun, rewarding thing to do, to be able to take someone who's absolutely losing it in a total panic, or someone who's had this lifelong fear and they're afraid to pretty much do anything in the dark or whatever, and to take them out of it, and all of a sudden they're just living their life freely. What am I trying to say? You can change and you can heal. The technology is here. It's been here for 3 decades. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video.